What you call reality is not what's actually real. It's a product of your brain. You don't see with your eyes. You see with signals, processed and translated. You don't hear with your ears. You hear your brain's interpretation. Everything you perceive is filtered through an internal simulator that runs non-stop, 24/7. When you look at a tree, you're not seeing the tree itself. You're seeing a generalized model created by your brain from millions of signals. You don't notice this because the system is fast and invisible. But the moment your brain glitches, the illusion shatters. There are people who, after head trauma, can no longer recognize faces. They still see facial features, eyes, mouth, nose, but they can't assemble them into a person. That proves it. We don't perceive the world directly. We piece it together. The brain isn't a mirror. It doesn't reflect reality. It builds it. And what you consider to be facts are actually perspectives, shaped by experience. One person looks at a crowd and feels fear. Another sees opportunity. Why? Because they're looking through different inner filters. Every day, you don't just live in the world. You live in your interpretation of it. You're not angry at a person. You're angry at your thought of them. You don't fear failure. You fear the image of failure in your own mind. The world is secondary. Your reaction comes first. Here's a fact. Your brain filters out up to 90% of all sensory input, considering it irrelevant. That's why you don't hear the hum of the fridge until you pay attention to it. That's why, in a noisy crowd, you'll catch your name but ignore the rest. You don't focus on what's there. You focus on what matters to you. And that's where the game begins. If you can shift what matters to you, you can shift what you see. Which means you can shift your whole experience of life. Psychologists call this cognitive bias. A simple example. If you believe the world is dangerous, you'll notice every threat. If you believe people underestimate you, your brain will automatically highlight those who ignore you. Thought on autopilot creates the illusion of objectivity. But in truth, you're just stuck in a repeating filter. It's like wearing glasses. You've had them on so long you've forgotten they're there, and now you're convinced you see the world as it is. But you only see what those lenses let you see. And until you take them off, even for a second, you're not fighting the world. You're fighting the reflection of your own beliefs. This is why inner transformation works. Because the outside doesn't change. Your inner projector does. And for the first time, you begin to notice what was always there but out of reach. New possibilities, new people, new responses. They didn't suddenly appear. They were always around you. You just couldn't perceive them. Now you can. That's how the shift begins. Not from one reality to another, but from one level of perception to a clearer one. We've been raised to believe that reality is fixed, objective, and separate from us. That you're the observer, and reality happens on its own. You're just a guest, a witness. But modern science has already broken this naive idea apart. The real turning point came when physicists dug down to the very roots of existence, into the quantum world of energy and particles. At the quantum level, particles don't act like solid objects. They behave both as waves and particles, depending on whether they're being watched. The most famous example is the double-slit experiment. An electron passes through two slits. If no one watches, it behaves like a wave, passing through both. But the moment a detector is placed, it acts like a particle, choosing just one. Just by watching, you change the outcome. The world changes when you begin to look. That's not a metaphor. It's physics. And deeper still, there's quantum entanglement. Two particles can remain connected, even if separated by vast distances. Change one, and the other reacts instantly. No signal, no delay, as if they feel each other across space and time. Now imagine one of those particles is you. Your thoughts, your focus, your energy, all shaping the rest of the system. Then the whole world becomes a field, and you're not just in it. You're the center of alignment. The human brain is the most powerful filter. It doesn't show you everything as it is. It shows you what you believe. If you expect betrayal from life, you'll see suspicion, glances, signals. If you believe in your own success, you'll notice chances, people, sparks of inspiration. This isn't magic. It's mental calibration. Your brain is a prediction machine. It doesn't register reality. It anticipates it, then looks for proof. That's the observer effect in consciousness. You don't just see the world, you project meaning onto it. And that meaning shapes the path you walk. Your choices, your actions, your reactions, they don't appear from nothing. They rise from wherever your attention is placed. And attention is a beam. It's energy. Wherever it goes, reality unfolds. What love means to you may look like weakness to someone else. What success means to you may look like tragedy to another. There's no single version of the world. There's only your point of assembly, your inner position, the place from which you interpret everything that happens to you. From a place of pain, the world looks like a threat. From a place of strength, it looks like a challenge. When you change your point of perception, you change the entire structure of your life. It's easy to notice. You've been in collapse. Everything breaks. You return to yourself, and suddenly, opportunities start appearing, as if the energy is flowing again. This isn't just psychology, it's field tuning. What you see isn't the reflection of the world. It's the reflection of your state. There is no objectivity. There's only you and your version of reality. Your body is not just a machine. It's a living response to your thoughts and emotions. We're taught to think the body is a separate system that responds to the outside, with illness, fatigue, trauma. But in truth, the body doesn't just react to the world. It reacts to your consciousness. And this isn't metaphor. Science backs it. And many cutting-edge methods of healing and growth are built on this very foundation. Ever wondered how the placebo effect works? It's one of the clearest examples of how your mind reshapes your physiology. Someone takes a sugar pill, no active ingredients, and starts to feel better simply because they believe it will work. That's not coincidence. It's not magic. It's belief. You believe in healing, and your body begins to follow. It doesn't know the pill is fake. It knows you believe, and so it responds. Placebo isn't the exception. It's the rule that proves mind and body are far more connected than we've been taught. In the same way, the noosphere works. It's the idea that all thoughts, ideas, and knowledge that ever existed form a kind of energetic field surrounding the Earth, like a shared mental cloud. We're all tapped in. When you think or believe in something, your mind might be connecting to that collective field. That information can influence your body, your perception, your behavior. This is just the beginning.